Hey YouTube, it's Kiko. Today I'm going to bring you guys a video on how to side deck. I've had a lot of videos with people asking me what are good cards to side deck and how a side deck works. Most of you guys will know what a side deck is. It's up to a 15 card extra cards that you have that you can put into your deck after round 1. You can put them in game 2 and 3. And for every card that you put in your deck, you have to take a card out of your deck for it. So you're siding one out for every one that you side in. There's lots of cards that people can use to make their decks better against other decks that are bad matchups for them at the time. So let's say, for example, that you are playing, let's just go with Black Wings. And let's say you're playing up against a 6 Samurai player and he just dominates you game 1. Well, you're going to need some cards in game 2 and 3 to help to combat with that. So a lot of people will side in quite a few cards against him. I'm going to go through a few cards that are good in the meta right now, and everything, and kind of give you my opinions on them. And basically, people will say, well, what do I take out? First, you want to look through cards in your deck that don't work well against the deck you're playing. If you're playing a Frog Monarch deck that usually runs no traps or only one trap, and they hardly ever set a magic or trap card, you don't really need Giant Trunade. You may not need 2 MSTs, you may only need 1, and you probably don't want to run any Dust Tornadoes. So you would want to take those cards out. So different things like that work for different situations. You have to kind of judge that on your own. The first card I'm going to go over is Kinetic Soldier. Let me adjust this really quick. There we go. Kinetic Soldier. It's a great card against Samurais because he's a level 3, and when he battles a warrior type monster, he gets 2,000 attack and defense points. Every Samurai is a warrior. So he's going to go up to 3,350 attack, and he would have 3,800 defense, which is really devastating for those 6 Samurai players. It's very hard for them to get over Kinetic Soldier, and they're going to waste a lot of resources just to get rid of one. Another card I'm going to go over is a favorite of mine right now. That's DD Crow. DD Crow can be used against a lot of decks right now, mainly your different Plant Tengu variant decks and Frog Monarchs. When Treeborn Frog or Fishborg Blaster go to the graveyard, DD Crow and get it away so you don't have to worry about it anymore. In the Dragoonity matchup, you can get rid of their monsters that they bring back with ducks or flanks or whatever the hell they do. I hate that deck. In the plant decks, you can get rid of Glow Up Bulb. You can get rid of the Raikou so that they won't have a target for Junk Warrior or for Debris Dragon. You can get rid of the Dandelion. Any card that you need to get rid of out of the graveyard, and DD Crow is a great card for that. And with this format being really graveyard heavy, it's a great card. Next is Chain Disappearance. This is a great card to put in against your different 6 Samurais to get rid of their Kagemusha plays. Once again, for Frog Monarchs, you can get rid of Treeborn Frog, or you can get rid of Battle Fader, or you can get rid of Fishborg Blaster, I believe. So, very good card, very versatile. Lots of decks can run it. And the thing I like about most of these cards are these are cards that you can stick into most decks and not affect how your deck runs overall. So, really good. Next card I'm going to go over is Penguin Soldier. This card's been seeing a lot more play lately. It's great. Very synchro heavy format that we're in as well as graveyard heavy. So bounce those synchros back, gets rid of Stardust, runs over Armor Master, gets over Shi-en, return all those back. And if they have one monster and you have one, and you flip it, bring the Penguin Soldier back to your hand, and reset it if you don't have another good play at the moment. So it's a good stall card as well. Can be very devastating. And a lot of people have even main decked it in some certain decks. So very good card overall. The next one is Fossil Dino, whatever that last name is. I don't even want to try to pronounce it. Basically, a good anti-meta card and good side deck card against, once again, 6 Samurais, the new plants that everybody's running, like with the Doppel Warrior and stuff like that. Fossil Dyna kills all special summon monsters. So you set it, let them run into it, and destroy all their monsters. I plus 4'd the other day off of this, and it was very devastating to my opponent. He was playing the same kind of deck that I was. He emptied his whole hand to get all these synchros out, 2 librarians and some other stuff, and he attacked and destroyed all his monsters, and he only had 1 back row, and it was a bluff. So it was very devastating to him, and it won me the game. Last card I'm going to talk about right now is Thunder King Ryo. This is one of my favorite side deck cards. You can splash this into a bunch of decks. Great anti-meta card, stop special summoning, and stop searching. So for those 6 samurai plays, really, really good. I mainly concentrate on taking out 6 samurais and frog monarchs and black wings whenever I side deck, because for most of my decks, those are the ones that hurt the most. They don't hurt me that bad, but samurais being able to just swarm the field can be pretty bad. So, and there are so many other cards out there. Noblemen of Crossout, Noblemen of Extermination, Mask of Restrict for those different decks that like to tribute. Dust Tornado, Starlight Road. Even Pulling the Rug is a pretty decent card right now. So there are a lot of side deck options out there. So I just wanted to make this mainly for the younger players, people who may look for some information. Now, what I want to do is I want to apply this to one of my decks. If I'm playing a 6 samurai deck, in my deck I run triple Raikou, and sorry guys, I'm going to have to look down so I can go through this. I run triple Junk Synchron, and I run 2 MSTs, 2 Lone Fire Blossoms, and what else would I have taken out? And that's about it, I think. So basically, whenever I'm playing 6 samurais or anything that I decide that I want to side in, I usually side out a copy of each of these and something else depending on what I'm playing. This automatically gives me 4 cards that I can side out without even having to think about it. And so normally I would I'd side in like Thunder King works for a lot of decks, and in my deck I can just set Thunder King, play with him until he's gone, and then by that time I have a full hand and I can explode off of there. So I've been putting in a Penguin Soldier into most of them if I'm playing 6 samurais. I definitely want about 2 kinetic soldiers. So there's lots of options when it comes to how you're going to side deck. And it's very useful. I've had a lot of people say that their deck runs great the way it is and things like that. That's all well and good. But every deck has that matchup that's not so hot, and you can find yourself in a situation where you really need another card that you just easily could have sided in. And it also sucks when you're playing a deck like mine, and I keep going back to Frog Monarchs because it's one of the hardest matchups I have with this deck. But I run 1, let's see here, 2, 3, 4. I run 4 cards that really are pretty much just dead draws against Frog Monarchs. That's 2 MSTs, Giant Tornado, and a Trap Stun. So I can automatically side these 4 cards out against Frog Monarchs and whatever else I want to go in and help me win the game, which could, potentially be what wins you the game is your side deck card, and that's why you do it. So guys, that was just a quick tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please go to my channel and subscribe. Comment on the video below as well as give it that thumbs up. Thanks a lot, YouTube.